Hey everybody, it's John from the Gloucester Library, and for today's Let's Draw a dolphin. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to have my dolphin jumping out of the water. I always think that they look so pretty in the pictures where they're jumping out of the water. So to start, I'm going to draw the line of the back from the tail here coming out of the water and coming up and up, curving down to the front of the head right there, and then make sure you leave yourself enough space for your tail here and a little bit of space for your dorsal fin there. And now I'm going to draw the bottom starting from the tail, and it's going to little by little get wider here and then come back in again. So actually, if it's easier, let's just do the head, then the body, then the tail. That might be easier for separating it out to make sure we get our shapes right. So the head, I'm going to start with where it meets with the body here, the bottom of the jaw, and it's going to come down a little to right there. And then the body, it's going to come down to like right here, the belly part. Just like this, and meet with that, meet with the jaw, and then come down to the pointy tail, like that. And now I'm going to draw the nose, or the beak. They call them, these ones, bottlenose dolphins, but they call the nose the beak. So it kind of comes out like that. Actually, I drew that a little bit too big. Ooh. There we go. Just take your time with it. It's a little bit of it sticks out a little bit, but it's not super long, not too short. It just takes a little bit of it takes me a couple of tries to get the right size. And then I'm going to draw the eye, which is right about here. Just a little circle. I'm going to leave just a little bit of the inside there white to show where the light's shining on it. And then I'm going to draw the mouth. It kind of curves in here, follows the line of the beak, and comes up right in front of the eye, like that. And then there's a little bit of indentation that casts a shadow around the eye here. Kind of comes up and curves like that, and a little bit here. And that's what they call the front of their head, the melon. So it's like kind of bulges out a little bit on the front of their head like that. And that just kind of shows the shape where it comes out. And now I'm going to do the flippers, the pectoral fins, and this line here for the jaw, just kind of lightly extend it to like right here, and then we're going to draw our first flipper, the one facing us, coming from that line with a shape like that. And then the one on the other side we can still see, and it kind of comes down here underneath the jaw and curves back, curved at the end, and then comes back up to the body there. And then I'm going to draw the dorsal fin, and that's right about here on the back where it starts, and it curves back, curved a little bit at the tip, comes in and down, just like that. And then I'm going to do the tail fin, and they have like two separate little parts on their tail fin they call the flukes, and in the middle there's a little notch they call the median notch. So let me draw the first of the flukes, the one facing us, like that, and come up to a little notch, and then the other one coming from the other side would come down and then curve up to that little notch. There we go. And that's our tail fin. have 2 flukes with a notch in the middle. Alright, and now they also have their ears right behind their eye, and it's just a little dot if you want to draw it. Just a little dot right there. Alright, so there's our dolphin, and I'm going to try to draw maybe some water splashing up from where they're jumping out of the water. So if you want to do some of that, kind of draw maybe like a squiggly wavy line like that, maybe with some little droplets of water coming out from where it's spraying out of the ocean. There we go. Let's add some color. So my bottlenose dolphin is a gray color, darker on top and lighter on the bottom. So even though my light sources come from the sun, what I'm going to do when I'm coloring in is I'm going to color darker like in here, but leave a little bit uncolored at the top just to show where the light's hitting. And then I'm pressing down hard to get the darker, and then I'm going to press lightly to get the lighter shades. And this is how it'll work if you're working with color pencils and crayons. It'll work a little different if you're painting. If you're painting, you can you're going to have to add white or black to your colors to get the right shade. So this one, for the darker gray, you'd want to have more black than white, of course, and then for the lighter gray, more white than black. Alright, I'm going to darken this in a lot more. This is kind of getting covered by the body, so it's receiving a lot of, not getting a lot of light, so it's fairly dark there. And say dark here for the fin, and then lighter, and kind of dark in here. I'm going to go back and blend this better afterwards, but you have to blend as you go along unless you're working with paint. If you're working with paint, you can kind of, like acrylic or oils, you can blend after you've laid some paint down, like I'm going to do. But you're going to have to blend as you go along if you're working with crayon or color pencils. Alright, I'm just doing this one's going to be dark, it's covered by the body. There we go. So that's my dolphin's colors. I'm going to go in, it's going to look a little bit better hopefully after I blend them in here. I just kind of blocked those colors in. Now I'm going to blend them. So if you haven't done it already, if you haven't started your coloring, that's okay. It might be easier just to wait until you see how it blends out to give you an idea of where to color in if you're working with color pencils or crayons, something like that, pastels, so you get an idea of where the different shades and stuff are going to be. So I know it's like kind of hard to tell when it's just messy blocks of color on there. Alright, almost there. A little bit more blending. Alright, there we go. So there's our dolphin. Now I'm going to do the water. Do like a pretty blue water that our dolphin's swimming in. I'm going to block in a lot of it here around them. I have kind of darker back here around them, and then for where the water splashing out of the water, make that kind of lighter because it's got a lot of light reflecting off of it, so it ends up being a lighter color. real light for that. There we go. And then go back in and blend it. So I'm blending it with a big brush here. I'm kind of just going back and forth when I'm blending here, just to kind of make it look like water, like little waves in the water going back and forth, as best I can anyway. You could do a similar thing with crayons and colored pencils by coloring in dark, like in an area here, and then lighter in these areas here, just to make it look like there's some texture to the water there. It's not just a solid blue color. But if you do a solid blue color, that's okay too. People will know it's the water. Alright, we're almost blended. Try to get it blended up and around things a little bit. Alright, there we go. I think I'm happy with that. Alright, so there was our bottlenose dolphin. I hope you enjoyed today's Let's Draw, and I hope to see you next time.